Bath salts, cocaine, heroin, LSD, ecstasy, spice, all the good drugs. What do all of them got in common? None of them got nothing on sugar. Now I know some of you guys' reaction is probably going to be like, now I understand that sugar is not healthy for you and most doctors do not recommend it in your daily diets, but come on, an illegal substance is worse than sugar. Absolutely, and people's attitude towards sugar as well does not help it. Now me personally, I don't know a whole lot of people that are addicted to drugs. I do know plenty of people that are addicted to sugar though. On one hand, you got somebody with a drug problem and nobody in their right mind is gonna question you if you call them out on their drug problems. But on the other hand, if someone's addicted to sugar, you really can't call them out on it because it's socially unacceptable. Now, I completely understand that calling somebody out on their bad habit is probably gonna hurt their feel-goods. When I was a little kid, I was getting kind of big, and my family to this day still does not care about weight. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you look like Buddha or a toothpick. If you're a garbage human being, you're a garbage human being. Now, the only person that really called out my bad habit was my father. And it makes perfect sense on why he did that. First reason was being too unhealthy can and will literally kill you. The second one was he just did not want me to have a lot of psychological problems. Now, I get it. Not all people that are overweight and or obese have psychological problems. But I know for a fact that some of you guys do have friends that will not go to the swimming pool because of their weight. I know for a fact you guys know somebody that lacks confidence because of their weight. And let's just forget about the psychological aspect of eating too much sugar, thus being overweight. Overconsumption of sugar can lead to obesity, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and probably the worst one of them all, tooth decay. That's right, newsflash. If you eat too much sugar, your teeth are going to disappear on you. And in no particular order, these are some of the leading causes of death in America. Heart disease, cancer, chronic lower respiratory disease, stroke, diabetes, and kidney disease. Now let's also add to the fact that over 2/3 of Americans are either overweight and or obese. That just tells me that over 2/3 of us have a high likelihood of getting these deadly diseases. Probably gonna end up dying from it as well. And the absolute worst thing about sugar is that it is in your house right now. And let's just say that you don't eat no cookies, no ice cream, candy bars, nothing like that. There is still a crap ton of sugar in everyday items that you eat. Why don't we go ahead and see what's in my cupboard right now? Let's see. Let's see, let's grab a granola bar, spaghetti sauce, some noodles. If I look down here, I got some oatmeal real quick. For me, I'm a visual person. I like seeing things that are right in front of me instead of just someone explaining it to me. If you are also like that person, I got something great for you. There's the scale so I can measure it properly. There's the sugar so I can show you properly. And that's the food that tells me how much is in it. Now, I typically like to start off my day with breakfast, and it's a bowl of cereal, oatmeal, whatever. But just for today, I'll do oatmeal. So it looks like depending on which packet you decide to go with, it's anywhere from 10 to 12 grams of sugar per packet. And if you guys don't want to be honest with yourselves, I will. I usually have 2 of these things, so that's about 20 grams of sugar being conservative. And that is just for 2 packets of oatmeal. Now that's a healthy breakfast right there. In between meals, a lot of people like to have granola bars because it's considered healthier. Okay, close enough. But this is just in a snack. And at the end of the day, you're probably gonna have dinner. So pasta noodles, about 2 grams of sugar, about 9 servings in here. So all in all, about 18 grams of sugar. Then you're gonna want some tomato sauce, of course. And as you can tell, there's about 9 grams of sugar in here, but there is gonna be 10 servings. So all in all, it's gonna be 90 grams of sugar in here. Let's just grab that and then let's start. All right, I think you guys understand my point. And if you're wondering why there's so much sugar in all these foods, it's primarily because sugar just tastes so freaking good. And for some odd reason, a lot of people think that fat is the thing that's unhealthy for you. And if you are one of these people that truly believe that fat is the thing that's making everybody unhealthy and not sugar, just know that the human race has been eating fat for thousands of years now, and very recently we've increased our sugar intake, and that's when we started to be unhealthy. So when you take the fat out of foods, it ends up tasting not as good. But what tastes really good? Sugar. So if some says fat-free, just know that it's probably loaded with sugar just to make it taste better. And it's also just not in foods neither. A lot of drinks have a crap ton of sugar in it. Now probably the most obvious one is soda. We all know that soda is not good for you and it has a lot of sugar in it. But what some people don't know is that even fruit juices that have real fruit in it is probably not good for you neither. A perfect example for this would be Naked. No sugar added. Although this might be 150% all fruit, there's no fiber in it. Now, if I'm going to completely simplify it, fruit already has a lot of natural sugar into it. What makes fruit good for you though is all the fiber inside of the fruit. Although fruit might have a lot of natural sugars in it, the fiber in the fruit actually helps process it differently in your body. So yes, even 150% fruit juice could be really bad for you. Now, do I think sugar should be illegal? Absolutely. No, it shouldn't. I am merely pointing out the hypocrisy that people have towards drugs and sugar. Drugs can financially cripple you, so can sugar. Drugs can ruin your life, so can sugar. And drugs can kill you, so can sugar. And I would argue that it affects a lot more people than drugs do. Probably the worst thing about sugar is how sociably acceptable it is. I can literally go on and on and on about sugar and how it's going to lead you into an early grave. If I remotely hurt anybody's feelings, everything I just said goes out the window because I hurt their feelings. And they might start calling you names like fatphobic, donkey, the literal hole of a butt, and you also might have family and friends who will criticize you for saying those things. And that's exactly what I mean by being sociably acceptable. But sadly, that is just the world that we live in today, where feelings matter way more than facts. So tell me, what do you think about sugar? Am I completely over-exaggerating it? Am I completely under-exaggerating it? Comment down below, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and just remember, I am a nobody from nowhere, so really, what do I know? Peace.